So is the 4 year cycle over and we're about to have the most parabolic run of Bitcoin's history? Or does history repeat itself and we're about to go into probably the deepest bear market that you probably would have ever experienced? I've been in the crypto market for a very long time. I lost a lot of money. I lost a lot of money. I also made a lot of money and I practically called the top. If you call anywhere between actually this literally this third bar right here, right? I was just, hey guys, I know that I'm the only bear around here right now. I'm the only one calling that Bitcoin's gonna go down. Everybody was like, no, we're going to 200 by the end of the year. We're going to. I was like, I was scared. I was scared to call it. Okay, I was a little boy. All right. Ever since then, from here to here, I have my confidence has skyrocketed. All right. I'm like, hey, I don't care about what anybody says. When I see stuff, I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna take action. All right. And I did. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. It was actually October 6th. It was October 6th, literally timed the exact top right here. Okay, I promise, bro. Oh my god. But did I sell at the very top? No, I didn't, because I'm a freaking idiot and I went against myself. But rather, I actually sold around these areas. I would say, like, still, this whole thing is still the top, you know? At least, I'm not down. I'm not down, alhamdulillah. I'm chilling in stable coins. So, in terms of the 4 year cycle, this is the only video that you're gonna need to watch. This is so easy, okay? For one, this is the 4 year cycle. I know it looks kind of crazy, but just look, it's literally just look at these green lines, the green lines, right? Each green line is basically the 4th year where you should be taking profit, all right? After the green line here, we dumped. After the green line here, we dumped. After the green line here, we're dumping. Stupid freaking news, get that out of my face. But I don't want to show you that. We can't go off of that. That's not as accurate. What I do want to show you is this. This is my personal indicator, but it's just a 50 and 100 week MA. So green line, 100 line, right? If you don't know what that is, it basically takes all of this price action and it just smooths it out. It just makes it, it just averages it out so it's not so choppy. So the idea is that Bitcoin is always in an uptrend unless the momentum dies out and now it's going underneath the past 50 weeks of performance. Can you stop freaking following me, stupid AI freaking camera? Forget that. That could be another video. Just pay attention here. Green line and white line. Okay, let's make it super simple. Green line and white line. So this is 2021, right? We dumped all the way here, but it's okay because we bounced off the green line. Bounced off the green line again, and then boom, we broke it. Once we broke it, we fell down, tapped the white, and then relief rally, right? Literally for a couple months, about 14 weekish. We bounced off, relief rally. We rejected off the green. So it's like, hey, yup, it's true. The rumor is true. We're cooked, right? After we rejected, we went down. And then it was like, hey, man, there's one more hope left. One more hope left if we bounce off the white. And we didn't. Once we just tanked under, we crashed. Let me show you this in normal bars, right? We just crashed. Crashed, right? Like from here to just here before the rally is 50%, right? But from just that to the low, it's another 50%. That's what people don't understand. They're like, well, by the way, I'm not saying the 4 year cycle's over or it's not. Okay, I just want to show you stuff and then you make that decision on your own. Stop following me, stupid ass freaking. Man, I hate this freaking stupid technology. Anytime I put my freaking hand up, it starts following me. I'm just gonna show you, not financial advice. I'm just gonna show you the stuff and then you make your own decision. That's really it. I do want to say one thing though. In crypto, I have realized that it is so easy to make money and so hard to lose money. And the only the only reason why we actually lose money and we don't make money is because of the fact that we're just trying to force our narrative and we're trying to force things. We just want things ASAP, right? And that's not how it works. That's just not how it works. So check this out. Yeah, there has been many pumps. Look, a little pump. Each time it would pump, it's like, oh my god, we're gonna go back up now. We're gonna go back up, even if you bought here, right? And you're like, oh my god, we're gonna go back up 39%, right? And then you just dip another 39%. So we were in a bear market up until we went above. Look right here, the 50-week MA, right? Tapped it, and then we passed through the 100, and now we're boom. Your risk is so low compared to just trying to time it and be like, oh, it's dead. Right now, there's no way you could say it's dead, and it can't be news. It can't be news. Quantitative these nuts, bro. Like it can't be that stuff. Like guess what? They're like, oh, quantitative easing, bro. Quantitative tightening was like this whole thing was from that. So it's like, yeah, quantitative easing is gonna be even more. But like, you, for one, you don't know that. For two, you don't even know when we would get that. Oh, but they're gonna change the Federal Reserve chair. Like, it's all just news. It's just news, 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 news. There's so much news. I bet you right here there was news that was happening to even to make people, you know, pump the market. It's just how it works. Like, that's great. Like, that could work, but if it's not strong, if that news is not strong enough to push the price above the 50-week MA and then test it and continue, then it doesn't matter. But if it's strong enough to do that, then I'll be like, okay, great, I'm back in. You know what I'm saying? And then the same thing. Even in the previous dump where we went from 100K, 100 something K to 75,000 during the tariff situation, I bought the dips because that was a dip, because it did not pass under here. So once I saw, like, you see this candle, right? It wicked under and it engulfed the previous one, and then we had another one up. Okay, buy in here. I never buy at the very bottoms. I don't, because it's always a risk. But if you buy here, then your downside is just that area, 10%. But if you bought here, your downside is all the way down here. You know, why would you do that? So anyways, what happened here is the same thing. Look, we now actually hit under. This is not a dip. This is not buying the dips no more. This is buying the crash. All right, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. It's not buying the dips no more. All right, this is buying the dips right here. This is buying the crash, right? And the thing is, the people that bought the crash or bought the dip, right? Supposedly, because I could be wrong, and I'll tell you why I could be wrong, right? But as of right now, I'm not wrong. I am right, because the thing is, you should be trading the market. You shouldn't be trading what you want or what you would like or whatever, or the possible narratives. You should be trading the most likely scenario until that changes, and then now this is the most likely scenario. So as of right now, this is right. Okay, what is right is that what's been happening is that we went through the green, we bounced off the white. Now we're gonna go up and try to rally and test. We don't have to. Okay, we don't have to, but we're most likely gonna test the green, right? Which means that we're gonna, and we're gonna, actually, let me draw this out. There we go. So we're gonna go up and we're gonna test it, right? If we bounce off and we go lower, this is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen. This is literally the psychology of it, right? And again, if I'm wrong, then there's another scenario which I'll tell you about, which means that Bitcoin is not done and the 4-year cycle is completely over, all right? But as of right now, this is what's playing out. Boy, if you don't stop freaking following me, I'm finna choke you out. So the idea is, wait, let me show you it like that. Yeah. So to my left is right now 2025. To my right is 2021. Okay. Let's do hollow candles for this. Ooh, I like pink because it's not as harsh as red. Let's do hollow candles for this one so you can really tell the difference between the two. Anyways, if we pump and we bounce off and we come back down, right, just like we did right here, where, you know, we came down, oh my god, the bull market is back, guys, the bull market is back, and then we fall, right? You know what happens and why it's so risky to buy here, right? It's not, I would say it's not risky to buy here, right? Because or it's not as risky because your upside is here but your downside is down here, but it's just a 50-50 reward rate, like risk to reward ratio. It's not like the best. It's just like a quick trade. This is literally what happens in market psychology. We go up, right? We hit here, and people are like, "Oh my God, the bull market is back!" Right? We're up 15%. We're back at $100,000 or something like that. Or like, "Hey, we're going back to the moon. This was just a dip, and we're going back." And then people start buying and buying and buying the pump, right? People start buying the pump, but then once they see that it rejects, right, and it starts to fall again, you know what happens? Trauma is what happens. Back here, they remembered once we hit $100,000 and then we fell under. Like once we fell under 100K, it was over. They just watched their portfolio bleed, and there was nothing they could do about it. They were stuck. This is what happens to the average investor: is that when it just starts going down, when you're just like you're literally in shock that you don't do anything about it. You just let it happen. You don't do anything about it. Either that or you panic sell at the very bottom. It's so cooked, bro. So what would happen is that they're gonna get scared. So people are gonna start selling and selling. Then it's gonna come down even more. It's gonna come down even more. And then here's the problem. Once it comes down underneath here, right, and it makes a lower low, right? And they're like, dang, we went lower than here. No, 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 no. That's when everybody's gonna get out. That's when, and when I say everybody, I mean the next smart people, right? They're gonna be like, hell nah, right? And then once it passes this white line, like it did right here, look on the right side, for example, right? When it tested, it came down, right? And it went under. That's when it's like everybody's like, hell nah. Now it's like, who's gonna be the last one to hold the bag? You know, and it won't go back up until the sellers are fully exhausted. There's no more sellers. The only people that are left are the people that are, hey man, I don't care what the Bitcoin price do. I'm holding for the long run. You know what I'm saying? Those are the only people that are going to be left. There's going to be no more sellers. No more sellers. But I'm only bullish if this. And honestly, not financial advice. There is no reason to be bullish unless the chart flips bullish. You know, if we're in a downtrend, you never bet against the market. You will lose 90% of the time because 90% of the time we're in a downtrend. If we're in an uptrend, you don't short the market because like that's stupid. You're pushing your narrative so much. I know it might feel like I'm pushing my narrative, but I don't have a narrative. I just play the chart. This is what the chart is showing me, and so this is what I play. Why would I care about, oh, but quantitative easy, oh, but this, oh, but that? To be completely honest with you, when you're in an uptrend, right? Even the tariff situations, freaking Trump was taxing countries 100%, 150, 500, some crazy freaking numbers, right? We dumped, but we were still above the 50-week MA. We were still up. Even here, like the Ukraine situation in the Middle East, like all this stuff, people were scared that we're about to have wars and stuff. All this bad news, but still we were pumping. It barely touched us, right? But it's the reverse. When you're going down, we can have all the good news in the world, but it's not going to do nothing but a little pump. And if I'm wrong, or again, this isn't about being right or wrong, this is literally playing the chart. If history isn't repeating itself and something is going to change and the 4-year cycle is broken, you would see it on the chart and it would look like this. It would look like Bitcoin going up, right? And going above the 50-week MA and either just completely blasting off, unlikely scenario, or going above the 50-week MA, coming back and testing it, right? And then it bounces from there, right? And it makes a higher high. At that point, it's like, hey, no, this is good. This is what it would look like, actually. If you go on the daily, it's happened before on the daily chart. Actually, it's happened right here. Look. Right here, this area. Candles. Look, we tested it. We went above. And then, look, we crashed under it, right? Right? And then guess what? Guess what? Once we went above and we retested, and it made a higher high, right? Now on that next dip, that's where all smart money is going to be coming in. And again, smart money is the money that actually moves stuff because they have the money. They have the money to move markets. And once they get in and then people just see a crazy pump, now everybody gets in, and then it just rallies up, right? And then look, right here again, it came down, boom, tested it, a higher, you see that high bullish candle right there, that white one, and then came back, tested it again with that red one, and then it went high, right? So that could happen, that could possibly happen on the weekly, right? Because the weekly is the one that matters. It could just come up, and then boom, and then go up. And in that case, that's great. And that's when I would personally get in. Whether it's here, or it happens here, or it happens here, or it happens here, you can watch my video as to why I believe that this is a good bear market target right here. Around this area. That's a long way down. People say that's a long way down, but from all-time high, that's only 67%. Last cycle wasn't too long ago. This was like 3 years ago, boy. Last cycle, 76% down. It's not gonna happen again. Why? Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? You know how many people bought right here at 16K, right? You know, but people that bought at 16K and they didn't sell here, they didn't sell here. Oh, they're probably gonna sell at 30,000. They'll be like, oh man, there's no way I bought at 16K and I waited 4 years and I'm about to be in a negative now. I'm gonna sell. You know what I'm saying? Even if I buy right here, you know what's cool about it is if it comes back down and it's like, hey, it was just a fake out, then you just get stopped out right here at the 50-week MA, not at it, but under. Like, you know, if it closes under again, then it's like, okay, that was just a fake, and then it goes under, and then so what? You lose 8%, all right? But if you buy here, buy the dip. We're going back higher, right? If you buy here, if you're right, cool. But if you're wrong, bro, where's your stop loss? Like, where is it? Where is it? Because guess what? The whole time you're not gonna have stop loss. You're gonna be like, no, it's gonna bounce. No, it's gonna bounce here. It's gonna bounce here. The next area of support is 69K. That's the next area of support. So that you're down 17% instead of just 8. That's already double the risk, right? And even then, if you don't sell, you're probably not. Again, because people who buy just stuff like this, right? They're just gambling. They're just trying to catch a falling knife. Most likely, you're not gonna sell here. You're gonna keep holding it. You're gonna just literally keep holding it because you're gonna think that it's gonna pump. And the thing is, once it comes here, it will pump. That's the thing too. It will actually pump. Once it comes down here, it will pump, and then you're gonna keep holding, thinking that it's gonna go higher again, and then that's just what happens. So it's better to buy when it's in a bull market, because then your risk, you know, if you buy here, your risk is right here, that previous high or even the previous low. As of right now, history is showing that it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. It will only be over if we get over the 50-week MA by the end of the year or beginning of next year. But if we don't, and we, you know, instead we just go into a falling downtrend, you know, a downtrend throughout, and not until like quarter 3 or quarter 4 2026 is when we kind of start bottoming out and start going back up, then that's just the 4-year cycle repeated itself. Like, as much as we don't like it, you just have to play the market. Like, genuinely, you just have to play the market. If history is wrong, if the trend is gonna change, then it's okay. I'll just buy a little bit higher. But it's not like how normal people think, that it's like, oh, you're buying higher, or it's like, oh, it's pumped right here and now you're buying in. Yeah, that's horrible. But if it's pumped above like a key resistance and then it tests at a support, it's fine to buy higher at that level, because yes, it's a higher price, but it's a less risk scenario. The scenario is actually a lot less risk than buying here. Buying here is a lower price, but it's a higher risk scenario. The idea, it's literally risk management. Don't gamble your money. Don't lose your hard-earned money. Just be smart. Like, just actually be smart. Completely detach from the idea of money and just be smart. And be patient.